Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Connor here. Made a video post a while ago about sleeping schedule. Yeah, girlfriend won't let me try to change my sleeping schedule because I'm too stressed or whatnot. Also, news of me, I got this awesome haircut and I will be dyeing my hair, this part of my hair, this greenish emerald color. So, let's do a true update in the world of me. I quit my McDonald's job. It's been something that's been eating at me since I did it. Just because of the circumstances that I quit in, it makes me feel like I seem like a little brat. Because basically, I officially quit on Monday. This Monday. But I knew I was going to quit because I had the job at Arizona Republic, which basically, to put it this way, I made more money than I do every paycheck at McDonald's in 2 days at AZ Republic. Much better job. They treated me like an actual human being, not like a number, which is what I feel like I get treated like at McDonald's. I didn't have any issues at Arizona Republic when it came to my name or my preferred pronouns. The only issue is, I have a security guard in the front. She didn't get the memo, I guess. But it's one person, and I don't really mind that. Yeah, anyway, so I quit my job at McDonald's. Because I had a steady paying job to back me up anyway. So Mondays came around. Labor Day was like a sort of pseudo day off. To give you backstory on how my week had been, that was the first full week of college leading up to Labor Day. So I had full homework schedule, full everything that I had to get done that week. Then I also had a shift. I had a shift on Friday night at McDonald's, which was an overnight shift. They posted the schedules that evening for the next week, which is this week. I was scheduled for 25 hours. 25 hours of work. And I only had one day off. I knew I would have to. It happened to be my Wednesday, which is when I had to work today. I have to work at AZ Republic tonight. So I knew my day off at McDonald's wouldn't actually be a day off. Plus, I would have to get another shift covered just for me to work at AZ Republic. So it was I'm not going to have a day off for a week straight at the very minimum. It could be even longer than that. And I understand why they gave me such a shift. Number one, they've got a lot of people that have quit recently just because of how they treat us. And number two, I'm a good worker and they wanted to keep me. And they understood that the only way to keep me is to bring the money. And my availability is very limited because of college. So they schedule me when they could schedule me to keep me with money. But the problem is I'm overscheduled. I didn't have the time for it. So the past week and maybe a half, I've been having actual problems eating. I've had to force myself to eat because of how stressed I've been over my schoolwork, my work, my money situation, which is really stupid because I have plenty of money right now. I'm kind of in this, I was a ball of stress. And plus I was having a little bit of, hormone issues and a bit of dysphoria issues. And a bit of, my girlfriend having her own issues that triggered my issues. And it was just, I was a mess this weekend. And I'm still coming down. My stomach is still upset right now. And it's going to be kind of difficult for me when I have to go to work. But anyway, so Monday rolls around. I had worked an overnight shift Friday night. So into Saturday morning at McDonald's. Then I worked an overnight shift at Arizona Republic Saturday night into Sunday morning at AZ Republic. Then I worked Sunday night at McDonald's. See? I was working every single second. Literally, this entire weekend, it was sleep, go to work. Sleep, go to work. Sleep, go to work. I barely had time to, let alone get my homework done. I botched that. I had the time, and I had some of the energy. I could have at least given them half of the work, but I didn't because I was trying to bury my head in the sand. So I take full responsibility for my coursework falling behind this weekend. But just work was pounding me. So Monday evening, I was scheduled from 6 to 11. Yeah, 6 to 11 was my shift. This is after I worked at 6:30 to 11 on Sunday. Oh, here's the thing. On Sunday, I was exhausted at work. So I was like, okay, before you have the 9 o'clock person go home, can I get a break so I can take a 20-minute nap and it'll be okay? So I'm talking to the 9 o'clock person who already stayed 30 minutes late. So our grill person could have a break. She stayed 30 minutes late so somebody else could already have a break. Okay? So while she's staying on their break, she goes and talks to the general manager who happened to be in the store, which is kind of uncommon. But anyway, she went and talked to him after I was telling her, hey, I kind of want to get on a break. She went and asked him, hey, can I stay late so you can give Connor a break? And what she told me his response was, he's like, Connor wants a break? And she was like, yes. Connor told me he wanted a break. He's like, Connor doesn't need a break. He never takes breaks. He doesn't need a break. I was livid when she came back. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking, no, I need a fucking break. Unfortunately, I was not scheduled for a full 5 hours, which means he was not obligated by law to give me a break. I was scheduled for 4.5 hours. A decent human being would have given me a fucking break. Pardon my language. Anyway, so I didn't get my break. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I didn't throw a huge fit about it. I was just a ball of grumbly, angry about it. Okay? Got my work done, whatever. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Get this. They were already understaffed when I got there. And instead of actually using their resources correctly, they decided, oh no, we're going to go back to 2 booth. Real quick rundown of how McDonald's drive-thrus work. So you've got where you pay. That happens to also be the person who takes your order. So you get your pay and all of that. And then you've got presenting at the front of the store near where the lobby opens up, and they give you your food. When it gets late enough at night, usually around 8 to 9 o'clock, they go down to what is known as single booth. This is when the person who presents your food also takes your order and your money. So we have one person running the drive-thru. I have literally ran the front half of the store on my own for almost an hour straight, whilst having 5 customers in the lobby and 5 customers in drive-thru. I have this down pat. So instead of being smart and putting me on single booth and putting the girl who was on single booth, who, get this, is already good at dishes, back in the dishes to get the dishes done without interruption, no, they go down to 2 booth. They go back up to 2 booth, excuse me. They were already running single booth because they did not have enough people. I come in, they go back to 2 booth. Do you see do you see how stupid this is? Whatever. Anyway, we come to Monday, and I'm like, I'm not going into work. This is about 4:30, and I'm like, I'm not going into work. I'm not going to go to work. So I decided I'm going to treat my girlfriend because she wanted to get her hair cut short, and she didn't trust herself to do it, or me. That's a whole nother thing. So I took her to go get a haircut at about 5. Remember, I have to be at work at 6 if I was going to work, okay? So, we're at the Great Clips. Girlfriend, we're waiting, and girlfriend's like, you probably should call in. I'm like, yeah, I probably should. Alright, so I call the store, and I get in touch with the manager who's running the floor. And I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling really bad today. I'm like tired, my stomach is messed up. I'm not gonna be able to come in tonight. She tells me, Well, see, we've already gotten 3 call-offs, so you're either going to have to find somebody to cover or you have to come in. Or no. Or it's going to be a no-call, no-show, which means I'm written up. Personally, I don't care if I'm written up. I have a steady job already besides this. If you write me up and then choose to fire me, that's your prerogative. I do not care. So I'm like, alright, whatever. I get in touch with anybody I know, asking if they can do it. Nobody can. Whatever. They tell somebody who's already working, who has my number, to text me to tell me to call them. They can't just pick up the phone and call me themselves. No, they have to tell the person who's currently making food to text me on his phone to call them. Anyway. So I call them back and I'm like, okay, what's going on? And the manager tells me, yeah, if you don't come in today or tomorrow, and you don't have a doctor's note, then we're going to take you off the schedule. Take me off the schedule? Like take me off the schedule for this week? 25-hour work week? Yeah, like this week. And they're basically going to fire you. So, are you going to come in today? And I'm standing outside of the Great Clips. This is at the same time my girlfriend's like, I need your card so I can pay this lady. I forgot my card at home. Big mess. So, I'm like, great. I'm debating my options. That's what I tell her over the phone. I'll call you back. She's like, alright. So I hang up, figure out I don't have a card. I get in my car and I start driving home. As soon as the door is closed, I am crying. I am not talking like little tiny tears. I am like talking sobbing, unable to speak clearly. I'm not really safe to drive, crying. Because I'm given an ultimatum, and you know what they never go over? They go over how to get a job. They never go over how to quit a job. And in my head, I'm terrified, because McDonald's has always been my main source of income, and I'm used to, in my house of 3 people, I'm the one with the money. I work a part-time minimum wage job, and I'm still the one with the money. So I am terrified of losing this source of income, because my mother is in so much debt, she can't really afford things. My girlfriend doesn't have a job. This is what's going through my head. My girlfriend's mother and younger sister are going to be moving in, and neither of them have a job. I'm going to have to be the sole provider for this entire household of 5. And I am terrified of losing my job. So I ended up calling my mom. My mom was at her boyfriend's house that evening. But my mom answers the phone and she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I'm crying. And I basically tell her the story of what's going on. And basically the fact that my job just gave me the ultimatum. Either show up in 30 minutes. This is 5:30, by the way. Show up at work in 30 minutes or get fired. That's the ultimatum I was given. And my mom is like, well, if they fire you, they fire you. Like, you've been telling me how bad they've been treating you anyway. So, if they fire you, they fire you. I'm like, well, that makes sense. And basically, she talked me down, and she was able to convince me that it's okay. It's okay for me to quit. It's okay for me not to have this job anymore. That we're going to be okay. I'm making so much more money at my new job. It's going to be okay. And literally, that's what I needed. I needed to be told it's going to be okay if I quit McDonald's. The source of pretty much 75% of my stress. And this job was literally killing me. So, okay, I calmed down. Once I got home, I called back my manager. I told him, and they're like, hey, what's going on? And I'm like, all right, I'm not coming in today, and tell Chris I quit. Chris is our general manager's name. Tell Chris I quit. Tell him he'll have his uniform in next Saturday when the last paycheck comes. I expect my last paycheck. I quit. Take me off the schedule. So yeah, I quit the McDonald's job, and it was very therapeutic at first. It was very helpful. But the problem is I'm still scared. I'm still terrified of if I can make it without this job. I know in my head, logically, I'm fine. I am beyond fine. I am practically golden. I know I'm okay. I was just terrified, and it's just something that was on my chest for a very long time. Of just how am I getting out of this shithole of a job? I'm glad to say that my tenure at McDonald's is over. My best word of advice to anybody who's looking to get a job at a large company: make sure the store you're applying to is not a franchise. Make sure it's corporate, because with an owner operator, yeah, you can have a great owner operator, okay? You can have the best owner in the world, but you can also have the shittiest one. So unless you know somebody who works there who can tell you for certain that they actually treat you like a human being, go to corporate. Yeah, that's... See, the knot in my stomach's already untying itself a bit, because I just got to air this and let it out. So now I'm only working one job. It's a part-time job at the Arizona Republic, making... I've already had 2 shifts. I've made good impressions with people who have been there for years. I'm fortunate in the fact that apparently Connor is a rare name in this factory, so people actually remember my name, and we'll see how this goes. So I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay. It's just my life was getting really tough. It was really tough. But I think I covered everything that I wanted to say. Everything that I felt obligated just to get off my chest. And to get this knot out of my stomach so I can actually eat. Now I have a bit more free time, and I can actually take care of myself and go to the gym more often and actually work on certain things that are stress reliefs. Good news, in all of this stressful situation, I didn't go back to smoking, so I still haven't smoked. Little victories. Yeah, so I'm going to sign off now, because I've got about 2 hours before I have to go to work. Alright, so next time you guys see me, this hair is going to be green, hopefully, and hopefully I'll be 3 months on testosterone. I guess I will see you guys later. Stay safe, stay sane, and I swear to God, if you're getting stressed out, talk to somebody. It's amazing what just letting your feelings out. Even if you just want to post a video about it, where maybe nobody will watch it, but it's really refreshing just to say your feelings and just let it out. It's very therapeutic. So, yeah, I guess I will see you guys later, and you will see my pretty face later. Yeah. Peace, dudes. Have a nice night.